I am here to promote National Vaccination Day. I believe that this day could be beneficial to everybody of every shape, size, and color. It doesn't matter what race you are, what ethnicity, what gender. I believe that this day can benefit each and everybody. This will help make sure that everybody is safe and make sure that everybody is truly cared for. I believe that having this day off will make sure that everyone goes out and gets vaccinated. You don't have an excuse to ask to why you can't because you have the day off. Like you don't have work, you don't have school, you have the day off. Unless something, comes up within the family, that's understandable. But this day will allow people to actually go out and get vaccinated without having the struggles of work and school pulling them away from it. I encourage everyone to go out to a local clinic, doctor's office, pharmacy, just to get updated on vaccinations. This will guarantee the safety of all citizens, and it will make sure that everybody is protected from preventable diseases. This will make sure that these diseases come to an end. This will also be cost effective because as long as we keep the prices steady and affordable, this will allow more people to want to come out and get vaccinated. It will also make sure that we can provide for more medical research and focus more on creating more vaccinations and cures for other diseases. Once we're able to conquer America with everyone being vaccinated, we can also move on to helping other developing countries. A lot of people are concerned with vaccinations, like there are pros and cons to vaccinations. Pro, vaccinations benefit the lives of many children and people all across the world. Some cons can be that it does it can be serious and it can be fatal in cases of like allergic reactions. So if you do communicate with your doctor, you want to let them know that you do have an allergy so they know what not to use. Another pro is although there are harmful ingredients in vaccinations, we use safe amounts of those ingredients, and we are careful about how much we put into the bodies to where it does not harm the body. Another pro is that most of the vaccinations are FDA approved or CDC approved, and this is great because this lets us know that they are safe and that they have been reviewed by professionals. Cost effective is because they do save children and parents time and money, and which is precious to anybody because it takes. Another way that vaccines are cost effective is because they can save parents and their children lots of time and money. And I say this because it takes only a few seconds in probably a good decent copay for a vaccine, whereas if you get sick, you will have to take time out of work, and you will end up in the hospital for, say, like smallpox, which has been another pro eradicated. Another reason as to why vaccines are a pro is because the last case of smallpox was in 1948. Smallpox has been eradicated along with polio. Many people don't see that vaccines do benefit. Sometimes people think like chickenpox. That is, just a simple disease that can easily be cured with anything. But it is better to be vaccinated because although you can treat it easily, you don't want to put another kid in danger of getting chickenpox. It's easier that everybody gets vaccinated so nobody has to ever come in contact with chickenpox. Many states have their own laws and regulations to vaccinations. So it is important that we do go about their guidelines and how they feel about the situation because they will be having to direct these to their citizens of their state. But a lot of them do agree on that every child should be vaccinated if they are attending schools. And this goes for public schools, private schools, colleges, universities, and even in healthcare settings. It is also that to make sure that you can protect yourself and the patients that you are dealing with at the time. Now, I do say this because, you want to make sure that we go off their account, because you want to make sure that they understand what we're truly asking of them, because there are exemptions to being vaccinated. A few reasons as to why you are exempt is medical reasons, religious reasons, and philosophical reasons. Those are the few that I'm able to list. There are many programs around the United States that are there to help promote the importance of vaccinations, such as American Academy of Pediatrics, Voice for Vaccines, and the Center of Vaccine Awareness and Research. These are just a few organizations advocating for the U.S., and there are also many organizations promoting for vaccines to become available all over the world, such as Gavi, which is Global Alliance Vaccinations and Immunizations. There will be many people around the world concerned about vaccinations because there are some people who are against it. Although vaccinations do not appear to be linked to any diseases such as autism or SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, it is important that we advocate the importance of vaccination, but it does require thorough research to understand where those who are against vaccinations are coming from, because they are worried for the safety of their kids. So before we truly go about acquiring this date, we need to make sure that we address the public and make sure they understand where we are coming from, and that there are some questions about vaccinations that still have yet to be answered. We must prepare ourselves for the criticism and the backlash that we will get from this, because a lot of people do not agree with vaccinations. But it's like I said, it is important that we advocate this because it affects each and every citizen in the United States of America. When you're traveling, you want to get a vaccine because you don't want to contact the diseases that you will pick up from other countries. That's how important vaccines are in America, because all these vaccines are coming to America and being traveled up, such as the Zika virus. It started off in Brazil, but it traveled up to the United States. If there is a vaccine for it, I believe that everybody should get vaccinated, because it will help prevent others from getting it and spreading it throughout the country. Another example, Ebola. When it came to Dallas, everyone was freaking out. But if there was a vaccine for it, I believe that everyone should get it, because it will help prevent them from getting it as well, to where the scare and the fear that someone has came in contact with a deadly disease should be a sign that we need to make sure that this day comes about. Although vaccinations are a personal decision, we must educate parents who refuse against vaccinations to understand that they affect each and every one in the United States of America. Overall, if we have the legislation involved in this type of case, I feel like we can convince many people to come together and actually understand what we're trying to advocate. We want to make sure that this country is safe for each and everybody to live in. And if that means treating every preventable disease that we can, I feel like we should do so. Thank you for your time and your consideration.